So we now move on to item 8. Welcome. Who's moving it?
Gemma. I can't remember the name of the lot.
Stephen or Gemma?
Put your mic on. That's it.
We're here to discuss the Gloucester and Hereford parking changes, but we just wanted to give you a little bit more background as to where they came from. So in August last year, Transport Operations were informed of the museum closure and the details of the proposed site operations during the works that were being undertaken at the museum, which included a compound area taking over some of the large shared space in front of the museum. So we had concerns over that given the number of users that use the shared path daily. We also have ongoing complaints over the shared path and the behaviour of users due to the numbers using the path. And then lastly, we had ongoing complaints about the crossing of Park Terrace at Salisbury Street. So we wanted to make sure that we could operate the street safely for all of our road users while the museum works were being undertaken, with the most minimal disruption to all road users also.
Happy to move.
Right, Aaron's happy to move it, and Sarah, thank you. Sarah seconded it. Right, do we have any questions?
Let's move on. Move on.
Right, any questions? No?
Right.
Sorry, James? Yep.
It's just, can you just give me clarity? Obviously, we're deciding on the Rolleston and Gloucester, the parking changes there. It's just so I'm clear. Sorry, it's for information. You've included the roading layouts for Rolleston. I just want to know what, just really the intention of that was when we're not making any sort of decision on that.
Yes, so as we finished the presentation, we are proposing to make changes to Rolleston Ave to support the users during the build of the museum, and through engagement with some stakeholders in the area about the plan, we had specific requests, especially from Christ College, around P3 parking, pick-up, drop-off at school times, and the coaches that they use to take the kids off-site for sport. So that's where the Gloucester Street parking changes came from.
Yeah, I'm clear on all those. It's just the the FYI paper around the Rolleston Ave. I found it just quite irregular that there'd be. It's interesting, but but why it's attached to another item that's not really, it's in the vicinity of, but it's not what we're deciding on.
So all the works are linked together. And the reason we're doing the works on Rolleston Ave is, as Gemma said, due to the museum works.
Yes.
And that's all getting done under a TMP. And due to a recent paper that we brought to council previously around doing works under TMP, we thought we'd try and provide more background on why we're doing this. So the works on Hereford and Gloucester, they're supporting the works outside the museum. So we're coming to you to ask for a decision on that today to formalise that. The TMP that the museum's putting in is going to start, when's that starting, Jimmy?
And we'll start construction on the April the 12th.
April the 12th, so they're putting that TMP in irrespective. So we're giving you a heads up of the works that we're proposing as part of that TMP. But we're also committed in the report that we're going to come back to council for a full decision on the wider TMP works later in the year. But we need to get something in ASAP to enable the works at the museum.
Cool.
We will be coming back to council for a decision, final decision on the Gloucester Street
Thanks.
project.
I'm fine with what's on the table, but just thought I had a few more questions around the thing that we're not deciding on that was included. But I imagine there'll be a workshop or something then around that sort of stuff. Will there?
We'll definitely be coming back to council for that.
Okay. We can take that offline. Thank you.
Okay, so sorry, had you finished your... You hadn't, had you?
Quite, but that's all right.
No, carry on. We'll wait till the end. Sorry.
So as part of the supporting works for the museum, we have contacted all directly affected stakeholders, and we've discussed the plan with Te Whatu Ora, the emergency services, ECAN as bus operators, and with spokes, because a lot of the users on Rolleston Ave are cyclists. The engagement outcomes from that exercise was all of them were generally in favour of the Rolleston Park Terrace works. The P3 parking and coach stops on Gloucester Street were following discussions with Christ College. The new coach pickup drop-off bays were just on Hereford Street were to support tour operators that would no longer be stopping on Rolleston Ave outside the museum. And the Art Centre requested some additional wayfinding because the existing zebra crossing would be relocated for a safer crossing point.
So, Emma, welcome to council. Let's hope they treat you well.
Okay.
It's scary sitting in front of you lot
It
sometimes,
really
you know,
is.
guys.
So yeah, we're going to carry on discussing it with stakeholders, and we start works on April 12th.
Some of us are actually nice.
Yeah, and he's not one of them. So sorry. Have you
She's
finished?
done.
Right.
Finished,
Thank you.
yes.
So we've got Yanni
Have
and
a
then
sec,
Victoria.
Can we stick to the topic?
Thank you. Just in terms of Gloucester Street and the school bus onlys for Christ College, will other schools be able to use those bus stops? And also, could other coaches like the cruise ship buses use them as well? I'm just concerned, like from what I've seen down there, that we still seem to have a shortage of coach parking, and other schools that come in to use like the Botanic Gardens have, I think, not being able to park where there's coaches for cruise ships. So yeah, I was just interested in the school bus one and whether there's any consideration to who uses it and how.
Yeah, so the school bus stop can be used by other schools. We've tried to keep it so that it's only operating as a school bus during school times, so outside of that anyone can park there, especially overnight or for other events around the place. Cruise ships, I'd have to ask Steve.
Yeah, cruise ships wouldn't be able to stop there, or cruise ship buses wouldn't be able to. But we're nearing the end of the cruise ship season, and we're going to be doing a lot of work with our partners like Christchurch NZ and the Cruise Association to better plan for next year of how to allocate spaces for cruise ship buses. So there will be a lot of work going in that space over the next few months.
So thank you, and we've got Victoria, please. And then we'll
Thank you. I promise to be really quick. I can see from the proposal that you lose some parks and you gain some parks. What was the net effect to parking from this proposal?
3 car parks.
Lost.
Lost 3,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the other thing I wanted to just have a quick chat about was in relation to the engagement. It's great to see all that engagement with your businesses there, early engagement with the stakeholders. Are there residents in the area as well, and have you applied the same approach to the residents as you have to the businesses?
So we identified 4 residents that face Park Terrace, but their access comes off Armour Street, so we haven't door knocked them as yet, but we can follow that up.
And can I just check on the time of year that you did this engagement with this community?
We started in December and it's still ongoing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, thank you. For questions finished. Any debate? Good as gold. Right, I'd like to move that motion. All those in favour? Aye. Against? Thank you. Carried. So we've got the